What's up, everybody? This is your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. Apparently today we're having technical difficulties. I don't know what the problem is, but we're gonna try to work through it. So what I was trying to start this conversation off, how to live well through bad conditions. Now, what are bad conditions? Bad credit, negative family, negative feedback, energy suckers. I have to watch myself and the energy I'm projecting on other people. Now, why do I say that? Because sometimes I'm a little dramatic. You guys watch this channel, you know. And what I try to control within myself is, am I being a positive force in someone's life? Am I giving them good energy, good vibes? Now, why do I do that? Because I want someone to bring good energy to me. I'm watching over myself. Now, many people, I'm being careful, they aren't paying attention to what energy they're put out. And then they're just coasting through life, coasting through work. And then go, I don't know why my marriage is in trouble. I don't know why my relationships are in trouble. I don't know why I don't know what's going on in my kids' lives. When you've been coasting, if you're honest. Life should have a certain level of uncomfort and uncomfortability to it. But make sure that's not you. Make sure that's not you being the energy sucker, okay? Now, I always have to catch myself, because sometimes I can be demanding. And I'll be like, hey, I want to go do stuff when I want to go do stuff. And I can't always request that of my friends and family. Now, back to the point I was trying to do earlier before I got kicked off the internet. I am currently working out with a personal trainer Tuesday, Thursdays. And I signed up for a swim class Tuesday, Thursdays, but at night. And everybody's like, oh, you just can't do it. You just can't, you shouldn't do it. It's going to be too tired. And I go, how do you know what I'm going to be? How do you know what I'm going to be? You don't know what I'm going to be. I'll know once I start the class if I'm going to be tired, right? And it's simple things like that that were nice. They were polite. They were a sweet suggestion. But what did that do? That just sucked the energy out of the room, didn't it? It just sucked the energy out of my summer plans. Like, I can do both at the same time. No, you can't. How can someone else tell you what you're capable of doing? Now, I want to be careful with this, because I know some people are married that watch this channel and they go, well, Erica, I know my spouse, she can't do that. You don't know what she can do unless she starts showing you, unless she has a repeated pattern of 20 years of not being able to do it. Then I go, okay, well, maybe you know something I don't. And the key here is, we don't allow people to grow, because if they're grow and they change, then the relationship changed. Thank you so much for the super chat, $9 super chat. Miss Riviere. And the problem is, energy suckers, people maybe they may be your mom, they may be your dad, they may be your siblings. They may mean well, but they are sucking the energy out of you. And if they are not going to be responsible for the energy they're bringing in your space, you have to be responsible. See, a lot of people watch this show called My 600-Pound Life. And they go, the people are demanding, and people are bringing them food, and it's a shame because they're 600 pounds. And I go, I'm not mad with the person who's 600 pounds and eating themselves to death. I'm mad with the people around them who have allowed this behavior to continue and bring them food. Both people in that relationship have a problem. See, a lot of people watch that show and they go, I'm so mad with them for letting themselves get like that. Listen, when we have standards on life, standards on where you should be in life, people don't do that. People don't eat themselves to death. You know what I mean? And it's the enablers. And so what happens is, people will call me and they'll ask for consults, and instead of spending the 30 minutes or an hour really focusing on driving and what they're trying to accomplish in their mission or goal, we talking about their wife, their husband, their friends, their family. Hey, baby, you called me to talk about you. And what that is telling me, if we spent this whole hour talking about your family and talking about your spouse, we've let them let them eat all the energy out of the room. That's what you just did. You have to be able to put a foot down. And people realize, well, Erica, I tried that before. I put my foot down with her, him, and then they got worse, but only temporarily. 90% of the time when you see people in a relationship as couples, and one person in the relationship loses a bunch of weight, guess what happens? Not at the beginning, not halfway through, but about 6 months in, the other person starts trying to work out, because they realize, okay, either this person's about to move on and leave me, or I need to go work out. And that's why I'm always talking about leading by example. The point of this conversation is many people say, well, I got bad credit, I got this, I got that. And they just kind of sit back down in their situation. And that's not living well with bad circumstances. Living well is saying, this is the plan, we're going to work the plan and get out of this situation. Many people that get on the phone with me, they buy their property in 90 days unless they just have horrible credit and no funding, no savings. And what you got to realize is credit is just a tool. It's just a tool. Depending on your situation, you might be able to have creative financing, but you got to have some skills to bring to the game. And you got to have good energy to bring to the game. There's a thing that in the 4-Hour Workweek people look at, or Gary Keller's the book, The One Thing, is hour blocking. Now, many people say, well, I just don't have no time. I don't have no time. And if you look at their schedule, it's a lot of sitting down. It's a lot of checking Facebook. It's a lot of checking emails. And what I love when I'm in the afternoons, when I'm driving through neighborhoods or driving back to my apartment, I love seeing moms with the strollers. And even if the mom got a phone to her ear, she's pushing the baby and she's trying to do it all, I laugh because she's trying to multitask, but I'm glad that she's at least out there trying to walk for her health. I think in America, that's our number one problem. We drive everywhere. We're air conditioned all the time. In Europe, some of the people stink because they be outside walking all the time and they don't be wearing deodorant. And a lot of times, some of those places are not air conditioned. There was a place we wanted to Airbnb in Paris, France this summer. And then we realized it was a 9-story walk up. I was like, hell no. Where the elevators at? They're like, girl, ain't no elevators in this building. I was like, cancel that Airbnb stat. I'm not going to Paris to walk up 9 flights of stairs. Who does that? People that live in Paris. Hence, their legs are skinnier. Hence, they walk everywhere. Hence, they're in different shape than Americans. Now, that was just an example of one thing. But an hour is only 4% of your day. Now, if some of you going to come back and say, well, no, it's this many percent. Whatever. It's 4% of your day. 1 hour, 24 hours a day. 4% of your day. You may say a different number, whatever. The key here is, it's just an hour. And I posted something on Instagram last night, and so many people commented. I was like, 60 seconds is forever when you're exercising. When your personal trainer's like, you got 60 seconds. You're like, I'm trying. You're like, how many seconds is it now? They're like 30. Oh my God. It's so long when you're going through it. And I want to encourage y'all, it's going to seem long when you're going through the process of cleaning your credit, when you're going through the process of building your side business, when you're going through the process, it does seem long, and many of you want to rejoice too early. You want your wife or husband to pat you on the back and say you're doing a good job. But that's the difference about entrepreneurship. It isn't the pats on the back. You don't get the pats on the back till people are like, I told you guys, I've got family members like, oh, I don't know what Erica's doing. And I bought last minute tickets to getting my mom out here to Texas. And that bad boy cost like $700 because we did it last minute from Fayetteville. And people are like, oh, Erica must be doing well. Damn, Bo, I've been doing well for 5, 6, 7 years. But that's the thing. People don't see the progress you're making. And many of you are wanting pats on the back and people to commend your progress. And that's just not going to happen. We're going through a tunnel real quick. Hopefully it won't lose signal. Anyway, and part of the study was showing it takes like 16 weeks before your friends and family realize you lose weight. And these are people that see you every day. So what does that mean? They're seeing you through their eyes. And some of y'all are going to have to really build some tougher skin and some patience. I mean, some of y'all are messaging me, Erica, well, okay, Erica, I put $50 over here in Lindy Club, and I put $50 over here. I mean, is this really going to work? And I'm like, not if you just do it one time and don't do nothing else. We got to keep going. We got to keep pushing. And I think some of y'all get a little offended when I tell you that, but I'm like, there's no patience in this society. There's no patience in this society at all. And many of you make good money. You make good money, but you kind of coast through life and you're not paying attention. So your money gets eaten away. Now, what do I mean gets eaten away? Little stuff, little shopping, little eating out, little this, little that. I love QuickBooks. QuickBooks will tell me right there, meals and entertainment. I'm like, damn, QuickBooks, why you gotta do me like that? But it lets you put an eye on what you're spending when you're not, and what's your P&L for your business. And there's people contacting me who have made $6,000 every month, door dashing, Ubering, driving, gig economy, and now they're like, okay, what else? What else can I do? And I'm like, I'm so glad you reached that point, because the reason many of you are trying to get business credit or business credit cards or credit cards to kind of skip the process is you don't know what it's like to keep reaching new levels in whatever plan you have. Every time you reach a new level, you'll have a new, oh, this is a new problem, or this is a new thing I need to do, or this is happening. But when you don't experience that, when you don't go through it, you don't know that. That's why when people tell me they're making all this money online and they don't have any chargebacks, their bank ain't holding their money, which I've had that happen to me, weird stuff doesn't start happening, I don't believe them. Because weird stuff happens at each level. Each level is different and new. Like I told you guys the other day, I've had over 50 or 60 people send me emails saying, hey, I got some money, let's invest. And I'm like, not all money is good money, one. And two, there's system and processes. You got to know what you want to do with your money. Are you trying to flip a property? Are you trying to invest for long term? The only deals I'm working right now are long term, where we're buying and holding. And when I tell people, they're like, oh. You know, I mean, I'm building for wealth. I'm not building so we can have flip money. We have a deal or two that might work that way, no worries. But I'm creating a separate, like, there's a separate email list and separate stuff. The people who emailed me, they know who they are. They've already been reached out to, because they're in a further part of it. Some of y'all don't have 10, 20,000 to be like, hey, I'm ready to work with you, or I want to go do a deal. That's not where you're at right now. So you just have to work the plan where you are right now. And the best thing to win people over is consistency. Also, stop spending so much time. When someone tells me they're doing all this, they're doing all that, and they're spending hours and hours every day playing video games with their brother or sister or friends or male friends don't see change. They go, man, you were right here with me. What are you talking about? And a big thing I do, which I think I recommend a lot of you guys do, is conferences and seminars. Now, when you go like, Erica, I don't want to be spending money on these conferences and seminars, go on Eventbrite and look up some free ones. There's free ones you can join. But the reason I'm telling y'all this is many of y'all, as you're growing and changing, you're going to get all the energy sucked out of you trying to convince mom, dad, sister, brother to come on with you with this journey. Like, hey, please, I'm going to go buy this real estate. Do you want to come with me? And they're going to be like, what? Now, you spent 6 months, a year, 2 years researching, watching videos, watching me, talking, getting your credit cleaned up, and you expect to convince them in 5 minutes to come with you. That's not gonna how it work. It doesn't work like that. So you need to get around people who are like-minded, who are also trying to go that way in the journey. So just the other day, I was mentioning about investing in trucks and investing in something else. I think it was a property in Killeen. And this lady straight up connected me with somebody she knew who was ready to invest. And you gotta, that's the power of being on your mission, being on your focus. When you know what you're talking about and you've been putting in the work, all of a sudden out of the woodwork comes people with, hey, here's some money. You gonna buy that property? And so you have to be in tune to your mission and on focus. Because there's gonna be moments where it drags you down, you feel tired, your spouse isn't supporting you, your friends aren't supporting you. I have friends to this day who say, I don't understand what you're doing. And it's not for them to understand. It just isn't. Now, it's my goal to make it clearer and say, hey, I'm an overall investor or something. But at the end of the day, it's like, they may not get it. And that's okay. So, put your questions in there. Thank you guys for recommending several health things. I am looking into getting a diffuser. I just cannot believe my sinuses are messed up like this. And I think it's all these different juices and detoxes and the workout and, like, the weather. It is just, like, got me going cray-cray. But anyway, put your comments in there. What is something, oh, that's what I wanted to ask. What is something you guys are hearing? What is some kind of smart, slick back comment you guys are hearing? Please put in comments, because I'm getting some funny ones on Instagram. But, like, the thing I'm hearing the most, people say, you still doing your little business? You still living over there? You still doing this? Man, that cracks me up. It definitely put some questions in there and put if somebody's telling you some crazy mess. Let me see what we're talking about. I'm almost to my location. Donnie Breeze, what's up? Derek Bailey, hey, please hit the like button. You guys, about 50 y'all in here. It helps YouTube know that you guys are enjoying this. It's a good channel and it's good information. Derek Bailey, what's up? Rosalind Joseph, yes, energy suckers will drain the hell out of you. Yes. you have to put blockers on. And I have to check myself too. I can be demanding sometimes because I think I'm hard on myself, so I'm sometimes a little hard on other people. And I'm like, let's go, let's go, let's go. And other people are very much into like, let's just chill. Let's just sit and chill all day and all night. And I'm like, God bless you. Again, thank you. Miss Rivera is the sponsor of the show. It's the only super chat we had today, so she is the sponsor of the show. Chrisley TV Enablers. Mentor Shelly, work the plant. Man, you don't even know how many times I say that to people. And people kind of laugh and go, well, you got a military mom, you know, military dad, you know. And I'm like, it's not even that. It's just like the lack of consistency. That's the problem. Many people, like I was talking, there's a couple truckers that are watching the channel, but I want to bring y'all on like on a live panel night or some crap like that. I'm thinking of doing like a night where I want to interview Chrisley TV, but I also want to have one or two other truckers come on and say, what are some of the problems you're seeing in the trucking industry? What are some of the pros, cons, benefits, that kind of thing? Because I really believe we're short 100,000 truckers. And there is a lot of African-American males who are like, I'm not getting no traction in the job market, in the office, in my startup idea. And it's like, I really think trucking is a good way for them to, at least for a year or two, get some money up and then have other options. And I'm just a big believer in getting the money up, getting some traction, then you can have other options. Because many of you want to do all these different ideals, but y'all don't got no money, you don't got no credit. Like, you got to have some traction somewhere in there. So, let me go through here. Hello, Sharon Leon. Hello, Frankie. All right. Thank you, Thomas Jackson. Hey, hit it up. Take a picture on Instagram. There's people, and they know driving asses. I don't understand. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Time flies fast. Now, what's funny is my friend told me that she, like, after she turned 40, it's like 45, 50, blah, blah, blah. You know, like, she's like, time flies like that. And these crackheads are walking in the middle of the road, middle of the day. It's like 100 degrees. Who is doing crack? This is crazy. Hispanic crackheads, y'all. I'm not even joking. I wish I could turn the camera on. Anyway. Okay, Frankie. 48 Laws of Power is a good book. Yes. Mission. Listen, something I want to challenge y'all on. Write down your mission statement. I want you to pull out a sheet of paper and write down it needs to be less than 100 words. It needs to be focused. But what is your mission statement? And when you say mission statement, I'll give you this idea. I had to write this one for college once. And it was like, hi, America Williams. My mission and goal is to serve enough people. I remember using Jim Rohn. Serve enough people, help enough people get what they want so I can get what I want. And what I want is a wealthy legacy of my previous family's history or something to that effect, right? And I want to, you know, make $40,000 a month and be able to donate, you know, $3,000 a month to charities that work towards me or whatever. Now, that was a little bit of a ramble. But when you write it down, it won't seem as long. So you just got to have a mission statement that basically says, you know, this is who I am. I want to live with integrity. I want to help others. I also want to be a benefit to my family name, that kind of thing, right? Now, you can have a different mission statement, just like when you have businesses like, hey, Erica's Grand Ventures, we're to provide low income cost housing, or what we call value add housing, to the members of Texas, residents of Texas. Right? Different things. Each project you're working on, it needs to have a mission and goal so that it makes sense. Right? The Classy Climb blog is here to inspire people to grow their own businesses and invest in real estate and find home ownership, wealth in home ownership. There you go. I mean, like, mission statements are a vital resource to helping you kind of connect back. But if you haven't got it, get the book One by Gary Keller, The One Thing. Because what happens is every time I'm on this channel, I'm always saying, why? Why are you doing this? What is your why? Because some of you are just like, I think some of you secretly want to say, I just want to stun on America. I want to stun on them hoes. But you don't say it because you know I'll laugh at you. But I think secretly that's what some people want to do. They don't have a bigger why. They just want to stun on them hoes. And that's why when I ask y'all what's your freedom number, what is the number you need to live comfortable? Because once you start when you really take out some of the materialism that some folks are doing, the cost of living isn't that high for them. So, again, mission statements and freedom number. If you don't get nothing else out of this show today, I want y'all to do those. Anyway, let's see. Oh, dude, Infinite Waters cracks me up. You know why Infinite Waters cracks me up? Because I like it. I like it. Everybody's got their thing. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. Everybody's got their thing, but he's got a good thing there. He's got a very smart thing he just did. You know what I mean? Because it's almost like, oh gosh, it's hard to say in a way that makes sense. Let me see. Hold on. I'm trying to park in this park. Y'all didn't see me do that. They probably like, that girl don't know how to drive. Go around, dummy. God, people are dumb. They're so dumb. Why do they make stuff hard? So dumb. Oh, he's trying to park too. These people are dumb down here. They don't know what people be doing. Okay, he was trying to park too. That's fine. You're just not gonna get my part. That's all. All right. Anyway, you guys, sorry about that. You're getting a full drive. Like, go on. Okay. Infinite Waters. I like him because, you know, every time I see different channels, like, I totally want to do a separate channel where I am just political and don't care. But at the end of the day, I'm like, you draw that energy to you. Does that make sense? And Infinite Waters' energy is at such a level. I just respect his hustle. I just do. I respect him reading books and his thought process. I just respect it. I love it. But he does good stuff. Ben the bartender is like, what you talking about? Yeah, it's true. Hey, Cashmatic. Don Sonic. Bless up, Erica. My brother kills me with you always talking about money, but he and his wife pregnant and struggling, no bueno. Erica Nicole, if I could do a faint on TV and then get back up, like, ugh, that's what I would do right now. That's the problem. You know, Erica Nicole, you know what you do? You donate books at Christmas. I know this pisses people off sometimes, but I've done this where I just give books. Like, I give books. And they'd be like, why does give me a book? I put a gift card in it, but I give books. And that's what you do. You know, you give them the one, but the fake out. You go, what to expect while you're expecting? Dave Ramsey's The Total Cash Makeover. Like, you put it together as a gift, right? Because that's a mindset. It's a mindset, you know? And there's probably some comfortability there. When people get married, there's like, well, we in it together. We struggling together. And I'm like, I ain't trying to do that. What's up, Marshall 989? That's right, Frankie Robinson. That's quote of the day. When you hungry, you start eating your excuses. Ben the bartender, you still doing that? Something haters say. Exactly. Cashmatic won't get your money up to year 3. Is that for truckers? Maybe. Okay. Man, no one wants to put in the work. Kersley TV. Oh, Derek Bailey, you still trying to do that? Yeah, that's the crazy part in trucking. Digital B Media, CDL for men. What do you suggest for women? It depends. Listen, I suggest CDLs for men, but a lot of times for women, our strength is we're great at detail sometimes, and we're also great at socializing with other people. And what do I mean by that? Like the painting company, the strongest part about the painting company is when people get on the phone with me, you know, whether I had one of the guys over there, they'd be like, can I pay you over the phone? And I'd put my professional woman voice on. They felt more comfortable paying me over the phone than handing a check or anything else to one of the workers who was there at their house doing work. And these are clean cut guys. And so I think sometimes our strength as women is, you know, I'm a big believer in some of this subcontract game. If you're a woman and let's say you want to own trucks and you can find good guys to drive your trucks, great. If you're a woman and let's say you want to work in real estate, I think the strength for women is power ships in real estate. Like all the big name brokers I know, it's relational. You know what I'm saying? The power is in relationships. And I don't mean like a husband or a boyfriend or you know, that kind of mean. I mean like your power to connect with people. So if you're a woman, I've seen a lot of women drive for Uber, Lyft, do all that stuff, kind of get their money up, and then get into real estate, because there's just a power in property management. There's just a power in a lot of that. So it's a double-edged sword when I'm being careful about how I want to answer that, because I actually have some female truck drivers who've called the show. But I will say each situation is different. Like, getting in the game, some people are putting themselves out of the game before the game even starts. Now, what do I mean by that? I might lose some of you here, but you might be mad at me. But when I see young ladies under 25 pregnant, I'm like, why are you getting out of the game before the game even starts? And they're not married. Let me correct that. They're not married. I feel like that's a #1 way to get out of the game before the game starts in many ways. Because now you've just limit yourself on money and different things. Now, do I know many women who are, I mean, they're top-notch real estate agents, they're top-notch business owners, their kids inspire them to make more money. But I'm trying to be politically correct. The game is finding the comfortability mark, right? Like, when you're under 30 years old and you're switching jobs and you're changing careers, that's fine, because you're finding what works for you, what may not work for you, what job works for you. But when you are having kids, or you are in poverty situations for whatever reasons, like, you just took yourself out of the game. Like, now you're staying at jobs too long, even if you don't want to be there, because you got to have this money to feed these kids, right? You can't even get to, and we're talking about Maslow hierarchy of needs, right? The bottom one is to survive. The bottom need is to survive. You got to survive. And many people can't get out of survival mode, or just like working to next week for the check mode, because they don't have any extra funds. And something that really disturbs me is they were tracking in Texas. You can see there's a newspaper article. They've been tracking for 20 years Hispanic kids, right? All this, trying to get them to go to college, trying to get them to do all this stuff in Texas, because as Texas goes, as goes other states with a lot of Hispanic kids. And no matter what they did, they looked over the 20-year mark. Most Hispanic kids did exactly what their parents did. Now, what does that mean? They did construction, small construction companies, small lawn care companies, small businesses. Why? Because I saw daddy do it, so they're going to do it, right? And so why am I bringing that up? The article basically had the country freaking out, because they just assume, because they're the next biggest population, they would just take in line and take a lot of, jobs that white people are working, and that's not true. And it comes down to, you do what you see on a daily basis. You do what you're around on a daily basis. So I could give y'all a bunch of ideas I think are great for women and great for men. But if you haven't been exposed to it, if you haven't seen it, you're going into it with a lack of confidence. And that's a killer, because a lot of kids do exactly what their parents do. Hence why I'm saying a lot of people are taking themselves out of the game before the game even starts. And they're in the survival mode. So all they're really going to ever teach those kids is survival mode. And so hopefully this channel and other channels changes that. I hope I didn't go too far into the rabbit hole with that answer, but I hope you got what I was saying. I hope you feel me a little bit, because I think I lost some of y'all. Erica Nicole, they may be on meth. I don't know. They looking way too skinny to be out here. Digital B meter trucking is for women also. So many women came out the last 3 years. Yes, I think so. I think here's the thing. I mean, I think, again, I'm a big believer in, if you can get your money up for a year or two, most of your problems go away. A lot of people call me and they're like, I don't know if I should file bankruptcy. And I go, how much is it? How much are you in debt? And they'll be like, 20,000, Erica. And I'm like, baby, you could work a part-time job for a year and pay that off. What are you talking about? No, you don't need bankruptcy. But what happens is you are in this moment of like struggle and survival, and like you can't think clearly because of that. And I think if you're a truck driver, you're driving on the road. Yes, that can be lonely. Yes, that can be tiring. Yes, that can be boring. The food isn't that great. You have to pack your food. You have to figure out how to, manage your weight, work out. But once you get that money up, now you have freer thoughts. You're driving on the road for hours, but all your bills are paid. I know a lot of truckers with a house full of crap, TVs, Game Boys, stuff like that. And I'm like, what's that for? You're not even here. But now that you get up that higher income bracket, you can have a different life. And part of what I was trying to say earlier too is a lot of African American, Hispanic, these women, these kids, if their mom if their mom didn't get out of the game so early, she could have figured out a way to get to jobs that would pay 50, 60, 70, 80,000 a year. Like, I'm here in Austin, and I always tell people, I was like, man, if I was here 5 years earlier, I'd probably be working at one of these offices down here, because they're paying 80,000 a year to somebody who's a freaking assistant. In my mind, they're an HR assistant, or they're this type of assistant. They're not like a high-ranking person. But that's how much money's out here, that there's these jobs out here. But if you take yourself out of the game early, you can't even get in those jobs, right? So now you have to go around that system to make money. Hope that makes sense. I know some of y'all are like, she need to get off that cold medicine, but it's okay. Hit that like button though. Thomas Jackson said, are there any Mississippi viewers? Please link up. Thank you for letting me know you're in Mississippi. Anytime I have anybody in Alabama or Mississippi, let me know in the comments, because surprisingly, we had a lot of sales last month from Alabama, and I was like, I ain't been marketing there. See, Chris Lee TV, that's a perfect example. I just had a guy jump ship after 240 hours of training. He had 10 hours left. We had no issues, and he just decided it wasn't for him. I get it, but 10 hours left and the whole plan for a CDO. See, that right there is sell or be sold. And even though he had all those hours, he was not selling himself on it. You have to sell yourself daily. And here's my problem with that. That's why I like those signs where it says, get your trucking license in 21 days. And a lot of that is, oh man, it's for me to say it, but like, you need to get hungry truckers. Like, I have a friend who used to flip houses, and he like went bust and under, and it took him so long to get his credit right. He started driving trucks. Now he's like picking and choosing. He's been driving for 2 years. So the thing is, people are so caught up in their situation that they can't make long-term plans. 10 hours, I'd have took him in the back and slapped, get your ass back over in that truck. You got 10 hours. Now, here's the thing. Chris Lee TV, women can't get their CDL too. I think the problem for many years, if we're being honest, have a difficult moment here, is there was a time in the 80s and 90s where there were driving instructors who were forcing women to perform sexual acts for them to sign off on their stuff. And it was a big cover-up, and there was a big scandal, and a lot of people got paid. And this is the 90s, late 80s, late 90s. And so I think a lot of women are just scared away from trucking. They're like, oh, I ain't doing that. You know, or same thing with National Guard. A lot of women don't want to do National Guard because, well, I got kids, and what if they send me down range? And you're like, girl, you're missing the whole point. But yeah, there are issues with both. I won't say there's not issues. Hello, everybody. Apple Mac. Chris Matic. Cash Mac said his girlfriend told him to came home. Probably. Big hat, no cattle, or he lonely. Yeah, I mean, I get the people on the road situation being lonely. I've heard a lot of people call me and say their friends are gone, they have no friends. I'm like, boo boo, you can make friends in every city and every town you're in. Like, turn on your phone, go to meetup groups, go to Eventbrite, go speak to new people every time you hit a new city. You're gonna be tired, yes, but like, you have to roll with it. You have to roll with it. I don't understand. Yeah, Rosalind Joseph, fear. It may have been fear. It may have been fear got him. But again, when I saw that Asian guy, he got a college degree. He's on TV, Chiang Mai or whatever, the trucking channel. Thank you, Apple Mac, for being a moderator. It's so good, you know. Erica Nicole, they did. Apple Mac delete him. Thank you for moderating, Apple Mac. Listen, I can't keep up with all the trolls. Thank you, Danny Breeze. Thank you for getting them. Good Lord, hide that. I'm gonna hide them from the channel. I don't know if y'all can do that as a moderator, but yeah. Goodness, this is crazy. Anyway, they can't drive in Florida either. Mod Scott. Thank you, Ben the bartender. Mike must really be living in the slums. Oh God, I don't even want to know what his messages are. Maurice Anderson, no one in Florida can drive for it. Geek Surgeon, hello Erica, thanks for the KO, the knowledge, okay. Since I listen to a lot of real estate blogs, he said he was going to go going to go do that. So that's cool. If it's true, his family has over 100 acres. That's been his family for with several houses. But you know that before you put yourself over in 6K in debt. See, that to me, people, they want the path of least resistance. And so they'll see stuff and they're like, yeah, I can do it, I can do it. And then when they get in it, they're like, oh. To me, drive for a year, then take that money and go somewhere else. Erica Nicole, I gave Grant Cardone the Cardone Millionaire booklet, the little book, still nothing, but hey, it's their life for choosing to struggle. My wife and I are straight. Yeah, I mean, listen, Erica Nicole, you have to decide to go on with your life, right? Like, and the more money you make, the more you get further away from them, they are going to realize they made choices. It's not, they made choices. Dang, Thomas Jackson, don't divorce her like that. Give her a chance. Apple Mac, women can make just as much money being a trucker broker. Exactly. Like, I'll tell you this. I know the women I know that do trucking, they don't do big trucks. They do like dualies. They do towing companies. So that's the difference. Brokers book the trucking jobs and do logistics. 70K if you blind or you have your own book. There you go. If you build. Sorry, not blind. Word to that, Thomas Jackson. Okay. Oh my God. See, look, I mean, Frankie Robinson, people make money all kind of ways. See, we might have to do a show talking about truck brokering. Thank you, Saxy Mossy, too, for the $10 super chat. Oh, Chris Lee TV. I took a freight broker course just for the knowledge of the industry, and to have that backup is a good way to earn money too. Interesting. Learning new stuff every day, y'all. Apple Mac. I have a friend in Atlanta who owns like 5 trucks and has drivers working for him who told me about the broker job. But if anyone gets you a CDL, you can get a 70K plus driving job in West Texas right now. Ooh, West Texas. Google West Texas CDL jobs. Yeah, I hear you. Okay. Hey, listen, I'm just saying for 10 hours left, it's like complete. Like, there's something about, that's a quitter. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and they'll keep moving on the thing and keep quitting. 10 hours? Here's this thing. I remember my friend telling me that he doesn't hire college dropouts. And I was like, that's stupid. And he said, no, let me preface it. If you've been going to school all the way up to the last 4 years and you quit that last year, he's like, you're a quitter. Who does all that and quits? And I was like, it's just a different way people look at it. Hey, Jamar. Oh, yes. Fabulous sharing, still trucking. Thank you for sharing. Donnie Breeze. All right, we're going to save some of these questions for trucking when we do the trucking video with Chris Lee TV. Dually hauling horses. Oh, yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button. I've got to run. Thank you for the super chat. Miss Riviera, thank you for the super chat. Saxy Moxie 2. You guys are the sponsors of today's show. Today was fun. I gotta run. My face is clogging up again. But listen, no excuse will do. You have to, in order to succeed with your plan, whatever that plan is, let's write our mission statements out today. Let's write out our freedom numbers today, and let's win. You know, there's just so much opportunity out here, and I will do the trucking course video soon. We're going to do increments. We're going to do a video with Chris Lee TV, and he's going to talk a little bit about trucking. We're going to get a little bit of his view on the industry and whatever he has to offer, and then we might bring in 1 or 2 other people to kind of comment to help that show, you know, do its best. So This is Erica, Classy Climb Blog. Thank you guys for the super chat today. If you need to contact me, the links are always below. Thank you for sharing these videos and commenting. It helps the algorithm. It builds the channel up. And whoever was that troll today, God bless you. Hope you get your life together. How about that? Catch me outside. Let me see. Oh, let me read these last ones. Peace. Please make a course on annuities. Joe Probo, if you don't have 75,000 or more for annuity, it ain't worth it for me to even do a course. That's not for everybody. No excuse will do. Awesome, can't wait. Thanks again. Start where you are, then scale up. Roy May, hey, thanks, and later, everybody. Make sure you hit the super chat. Hit that like button before you leave. Everybody have a great day.